This episode is brought to you in part by Sheffield Financial, specialized equipment financing for work, play, and everything in between. Visit sheffieldfinancial.com. And Hybrid Light, durable, environmentally friendly, and guaranteed for life. Visit hybridlight.com.
Hey folks, welcome to this episode of Legends of the Outdoors TV. I've got two great friends this morning with me. I got Mr. Jack Wells of B&M Poles, Mr. Clay Blair. Clay is a professional guide and crappie angler. These guys can catch fish. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk about B&M Poles and the history of that great company. It's gonna be some surprises and you're gonna get to see some fish caught. So come on back and join us here in just a couple of minutes.
5 a.m. can't come soon enough for folks like these. There's more than just a job to do, so they hit their knees. They sure take pride in everything they do. There's no challenge that they won't work through. So they tirelessly keep going on. They work their fingers to the bone. Spend way too much time afield and away from home. You can be sure they know what all this hard work is for. So now we honor you as legends, legends of the outdoors.
Little one's got to eat too. Littlest of the day.
As we've said before, we're out here fishing with Jack Wells. You and I both serve on Jack's pro staff for B&M Poles. But Jack, I gotta ask you, tell me a little bit about B&M Poles, because I know this is y'all's special year this year, correct?
Well, 2022 will mark 75 years.
Wow.
In business, and we were founded in 1947 as the Broom and Mop Company. Woodrow Wilson Simmons, after returning from World War II, started his own business, and it was brooms and mops. And look, he was an avid crappie and brim fisherman, always on the lookout for the perfect bamboo pole. And so he went around regionally, and he started, buying a lot of raw bamboo, and he learned how to fire it and cure it and lacquer it and finish it, and then he started selling them. And it's like he told me, he figured out pretty quick folks are much more interested in crappie or brim fishing than they were sweeping. And
Absolutely, that's a good scenario.
The business took off quite a bit, and I don't know, I don't think he ever made another broom or a mop probably after 1949 or 1950.
Wow, well, that's a great story. And then Mr. Buck.
And then his son, Buck Simmons, took it over. And of course, during those couple of decades, that was when B&M, we moved into the, into the fiberglass, the telescopic poles, the brim busters and little jewels and that sort of thing. And in '79, he had the idea for a graphite crappie pole. And he was told by a lot of folks, there's no way anybody will ever pay $35 for a crappie pole.
No crappie fisherman will do that.
But here we are 40 years later. It's our flagship item, the Buck's Graphite Jig Pole, or BGJP series, and it still retails, the 10-footer still retails for around $35, so.
He's coming. Got him. Good job. That's a good one, too. Good one.
Something else happened this year that I think means a lot to you as well. You were inducted into the Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame this year. Tell me a little bit about how that felt to you.
It was a bit surreal. I'm just a guy that gets up and goes to work every day. And so to have that recognition, it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my family too. It really did. It's
very deserving.
Really kind of hard to describe.
Yeah, very deserving, and congratulations.
I'm very grateful.
You know, even though I run the Hall of Fame. I've got a board of directors, and these people vote on all of you guys, and it takes a little while to get in there.
Sure.
A guy's name is usually on the list probably sometimes 3 or 4 or 5 years before we work him in. We've got a running list of about 40, 45 people, that and so many more that deserve to be in there that we might not have on the list yet. But God's been good to us. He's brought us great people like you. You're going to be a great representative for the Hall of Fame. You're already a legend before we called you a legend.
I don't know about that.
I tell folks I'm a legend at the supper table, but you're a real legend, and I tell you, I feel honored to be here with you.
Well, feelings mutual.
Folks, we'll be right back after this message with Legends of the Outdoors TV, Jack Wells and Clay Blair.
Tired of pushing that old lawnmower? Don't go another season without the equipment you need to do the jobs that are important to you. At Sheffield Financial, we specialize in helping our customers get what they need. The easy application and fast approval process makes financing your outdoor power equipment easy. Don't go another season without the equipment you need. Check out SheffieldFinancial.com today.
Man, we've got two of the most wonderful people here with us.
We really do.
Terry Peterson and his daughter Cheyenne. Of course, two of my favorite lights is the hat light that you're wearing,
right,
and this mammoth light right here. Now there's something special about this light.
Well, everything is a lifetime guarantee and never replace a battery, never buy a battery again. And they're solar powered. It also has the USB ports that are in and out, so you can put power in with your cell phone charger, and also then it's a power bank to charge your cell phone. Use the best quality ingredients to get the best product out of it.
This segment is brought to you in part by Jury Outdoors, helping hunters since 1989. Visit juryoutdoors.com. And Blue Bend Outdoors. For more information, visit facebook.com/bluebendoutdoors.
There he is right there. Right there, yep. Right there.
Well, hey Jack, I know that's a very special pole. We're going to show it to the audience here in just a little while, but listen, you guys have caught several fish. We're having a great time out here on Arkabutla. This is kind of a special place to me too, because when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, we lived in Memphis, and this is where we come to swim, was to Arkabutla. This is the first time, I'm fixing to be 65 years old. This is the first time in 55 years that I've been on this lake during this trip. And what a wonderful place you guys have got here in Mississippi.
Mr. Garry, I'm so thankful you guys are able to come down, the legends of the outdoors and everything, and fish with us. I appreciate you coming down and filming us.
Right. Well, you wanted to say something about B&M poles.
I do. B&M poles I've used my whole life. We guide a tremendous amount of days a year. I choose to fish with B&M. I could fish with any pole on the market, but B&M poles, they hold up through and true, day in and day out. Mr. Jack, this company is amazing. You can pick up the phone if you have any issues and contact him, and they stand behind their products, and they're the pole to have.
Well, I agree. I've been using the Sam Heaton rods because I do a ton of casting on Kentucky Lake for what I call monster crappie fishing. And even though our lake has kind of slowed down a little bit because of several reasons, it's picking back up now, and I can't wait till next spring. Those Sam Heaton super sensitive rods from B&M poles,
they're awesome.
Man, you can feel that fish look at it, I think.
With that all being said, Mr. Jack, I want to thank you for what you do for me.
Well, look, it's a team effort, always has been. The B&M family is so very important to me, to my own family. And to the fishing industry, I think. And the surprising thing, you love the Sam Heaton, and yet you've met Sam Heaton and still use it. And that is the more shocking thing to me.
That is the more shocking thing. Sam is one of my best buds, and I tell you what, he's got a heart big as Texas, and I love Sam Heaton to death. Quick story this year at the Legends Outdoors Hall of Fame, I get up early after the event every morning to go say goodbye to all the folks, and I usually stand around in the lobby and I'm meeting my heroes. I get to stand on the stage with some guys I really look up to and gals too. But Sam comes in, walking in, he asks the desk clerk, can I get a cab? Do y'all have a cab or a shuttle or something that can get me over to the airport? I said, well, Sam, I don't mind running you over there. And Sam says, well, I don't want to bother you. You're busy. I said, Sam, it's no bother. It's only about 12 miles away from the hotel, you know, away from Bass Pro Shops. So we jump in my truck and I run him to the airport. We get to the airport, he tries to pay me. I said, Sam, this ain't no taxi cab. You know, get on out of here, you know. The B&M boys, man, they're top of the line. Hey, I want to thank you for all you've done for me. And really and truly, y'all have dominated the pan fishing market in the rod department for years and years. And I forecast that you're going to continue to do that for a long time.
Well, the good Lord has smiled on us for a lot of years, and we pray that he keeps doing that.
Oh, I think he will. Fish on, fish on. All right, great catch, man. That's a dandy, Jack.
Sir.
Yeah. Show that to the folks at home. And a great Arkabutla slab. We've moved to a different section of the lake, and now we're fishing in some calmer water, and these fish are really turning on. I believe yours is a little bit bigger than Clay's.
Watch it now. Watch it now. Good deal.
Catch you again one day.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back with Jack Wells on Legends of the Outdoors TV. Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a brand new product created by my friend Steve Mosley. Steve, BioProGreen was created by you. Tell us a little bit about what it does and why.
BioProGreen is made from a specialized group of products that helps enhance your food plot. It increases the protein, it increases the biomass, and it will help draw wildlife to your food plot.
BioProGreen will enhance your food plots and help bring wildlife to your properties.
Tired of pushing that old lawnmower? Don't go another season without the equipment you need to do the jobs that are important to you. At Sheffield Financial, we specialize in helping our customers get what they need. The easy application and fast approval process makes financing your outdoor power equipment easy. Don't go another season without the equipment you need. Check out SheffieldFinancial.com today.
This segment is brought to you in part by Charlie Brewer Slider Company. For more information, visit sliderfishing.com. And One Fatal Mistake Outfitters. For more information, visit onefatalmistakeoutfitters.com.
Hey Jack, listen, I know you're fishing with that brand new 75th anniversary rod. Can you turn around this way and show me that new rod and tell me about it?
This is our 75th anniversary combo, designed for casting. Of course, the blank is made out of a really high quality graphite. What we did was we put a lot of backbone into the pole, but we left that tip loose so that you can maneuver your jig, and of course you can feel that bite.
Right.
The blank is white, that represents 75 years, diamond white. Of course, the gold represents 50, and the silver represents 25.
So you got a brand new reel here too.
We do. It's a 7+1 ball bearing reel, very smooth, very fast retrieved, just a great reel.
Emily-Jo and I took a trip with Jack Wells to the North Mississippi Fish Hatchery where the historical B&M display is located. Later we'll speak with a hatchery tour guide and even get to feed some catfish.
That's a young Driscoll.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's baby Driscoll.
Baby Driscoll. Hey, we're standing here with Jack Wells of B&M Poles, and we're standing at the North Mississippi Fish Hatchery at the B&M display. Mm-hmm. You guys have helped these folks monetarily and through advertising campaigns and stuff. Tell us a little bit about what this is all about, Jack.
Well, I mean, this is really all about made in Mississippi and you know, supporting our wildlife and fisheries here. I mean, again, I'm a Mississippi native. I was born and raised in Tupelo, and you know, when the call came to ask me if I was willing to support this, I mean, it was a no-brainer decision for me. It means a lot to me
Sure.
to have this here at a hatchery in Mississippi.
Well, you got some of your older B&M poles, and then you got some of your recent stuff here in the display, and then lures that were all made in Mississippi. And you know, I think about half of those bass lures I've used.
Yeah.
You know, in my bass fishing career. So, and then of course Bandit. Who hadn't pulled Bandit crankbaits for crappie? And so a beautiful display. You know, thank you for what you do and what the folks at B&M do. This is wonderful. And now we're going to go see some catfish, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So
Exciting.
let's head on out.
We're going to let you feed the fish. This is actually our event pond. Now, this is not used for fish production. We use this for rodeos for the kids, fishing days. It gives them a chance to get out and fish. We'll have hundreds, but of course, you know, COVID has halted some of that. So for safety, we've not been able to do that. So these fish have been out here, they've been growing. But after the kids get done, then we open it up and we let the veterans' homes and the nursing homes come in and fish. So all these are very worthwhile events. I mean, we're doing it for the younger generation, but we're also doing it for that generation that's, you know, given so much to us. We did have an albino out here, but one fishing rodeo, one of our young students, he was one of our young special needs students, he caught it and it was his first fish ever, and he wanted to eat his first fish. We were really hoping to get it for the aquarium, but it was so much nicer for him to have caught a special fish as his first fish.
How many times a day do y'all do this?
We actually let the public come out and feed, and the number one question I get from the high schoolers is, can we go hand grabbing?
Oh, I was about to say go doodling, yeah.
No, these are not flatheads, these are mostly channels. At the last Veterans Rodeo fishing day, it was a lot of fun because a gentleman, his name was Mr. Upchurch, he hadn't been fishing in years. All of a sudden his pole went U-shaped. All of our guys ran down to help him. He was yelling for help and everything. He finally he had the biggest fish of the day. Aww. So that was awesome for him, and truthfully we enjoyed it so much because he got the record of the day. Aww. And they took it back to the facility and actually fried it up for him. We would love to put one into the aquarium, but with all the predators and huge sport fish that we have in there right now, they're gonna have to get a whole lot bigger.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back in just a few moments with more Legends of the Outdoors TV. Hey folks, I want to tell you about a brand new reel and gun oil created by my friend Jeff Milam called 80 Below. Jeff, tell me a little bit about the product.
80 Below was a product that's built to really withstand Mother Nature. Anything it throws at it, minus 80 degrees on the cold side and up to 465 high side. Really, if you like to hunt cold weather or fish in cold weather, it's an excellent product.
80 Below gun and reel oil. You got to have this if you hunt and fish. Hey Abby, I want to tell you about a really neat contest that we're running on Legends of the Outdoors TV for our sponsor, Hybrid Lights. Anyone that's watching our show after episode 6 can go on hybridlight.com and say, I seen the light or I found the light. Every episode, we're going to have a hybrid light somewhere in that episode. And when you see it, you click on hybridlight.com and tell them that you've seen the light and where you've seen it at. And that will automatically put you in for a contest where one winner will win a great box full of Hybrid Light products.
Wow, whoever wins is lucky.
They are lucky, and I tell you what, this is some of the neat products. You can charge your phone with these.
Wow.
They charge, most of their products charged by solar or through plugging them into the wall through a USB port or just a straight plug. So hybridlights.com, click on it and find out all about the Legends of the Outdoors TV. I found the light.
This segment is brought to you in part by Case Knives. Built with integrity for people of integrity. Visit caseknives.com. And War Eagle Boats, the nation's premier waterfowling boats. Visit wareagleboats.com.
Well, hey Jack, man, we've had a great meal tonight. We're here at Les's house. We've had some great fishing, and I know you're joining us tomorrow for some fishing. But the other day, we were just sitting around telling stories. We told one or two about you. I'm sorry that you wasn't here to hear it, but it
or defend myself.
Yeah, well, it was Kent. It was all Kent.
Well, and I need to defend myself.
PG. Yeah, it was PG. It was PG. Abby's here with us, and she's a fine young lady. And by the way, Abby is David Hale's granddaughter of Night and Hale Game Calls, and so Abby's our co-host of the show, and then of course Les is our host, as you well know, and you know, the gentleman sitting over there in the blue shirt, he's been the greatest camera boat operator that we've had all week long, and Joel Harris, and Joel has really taken really great care of us. So, but we just wanted to sit around and talk and tell some stories. You know, maybe talk about you know, B&M Pose. All four of us are on your pro staff, and we're honored to be that. So just kick it off, and you know, if there's something you want to talk about, have at it.
Well, you know, given the choice of anything I want to talk about, the pro staff would probably come first for me. You know, I met Kent at a Bass Pro event somewhere around, what, 03 maybe?
Yeah.
04. And he invited me to go fishing. As I recall, Barbara made some of her special tuna fish sandwiches for us to eat that day. I remember those sandwiches.
You got a good memory.
Yeah, I remember those sandwiches, but you know, of course, you know, Kent and I developed a relationship and a friendship, and you know, one day I just thought, you know, the crappie tournament fishing world, you know, does not really have pro staff and that sort of thing, and I'd seen it being done on the bass side, and I thought, you know, to have that kind of presence on the tournament trails and whatnot, I thought would be a good idea. There was little doubt who my next phone call was going to be. So, but I will tell you, and I think I mentioned this, you know, at the Legends event. I mean, the pro staff and what we've done there is probably one of my proudest accomplishments at B&M.
Well, you've got some of the greatest guys in the whole world. I know a lot of them: Ronnie Cap, Steve Coleman, course, Joel, now Les, and many, many more. And you've got top-notch people. And Joel, I mean, you've been on the pro staff for a long time. I know you love B&M poles and fish with them every day.
Yeah, I have since I was young. I really believe in the company, and I'm honored to be a part of the B&M family. Truly am.
And Les, of course, has taught us some really neat stuff. I'd never power poled or power trolled. Yeah, I'd never done that before, and we got down here. So, you know, it's been a long time since I considered myself a rookie at something. Well, I was worse than that. Let me tell you, I nearly tore up everything he had. And
well, that's the man to teach you right there. He designed the pole.
He's one of the most.
He and Clay Blair both had a lot of input.
That's what he
power
said.
trollers.
Yeah.
And
well, he was one of the most patient guys with Abby and myself, and with the other guys that fished with him, you know, throughout our whole television show shoot deal, and what a beautiful place he's got here, and he's been a very gracious host.
I'm gonna throw this out there too, because it's what's so cool is about Jack and B&M, and I've always respected him so much because of my dad and what B&M brought to the table. And you know, we talk about power trolling today, and it's so cool, and we kind of named it over the years. But B&M, and this is what's so cool about B&M, Buck Simmons gave my dad some cane poles years ago, and he was power trolling. He didn't call it power trolling, but he had 20-foot cane poles, cut the end of them off. They were about 18 foot long, big old cane. You remember, we call them the big guns, right, Kent? Right. And this is what's so cool is that he was using those things back then, and he was using 12-ounce weights. Kent met him on a tournament trail and thought he had him beat that day, him and Mom, but guess
I asked him, was that a railroad spike?
Thank you for joining us on Legends of the Outdoors TV. We had a great time on the water with outdoor legend Jack Wells and the Mississippi crappie guide Clay Blair. Be sure to join us next week for an all-new episode of the Legends of the Outdoors TV.
This episode was brought to you in part by Sheffield Financial, specialized equipment financing for work, play, and everything in between. Visit SheffieldFinancial.com. And Hybrid Light, durable, environmentally friendly, and guaranteed for life. Visit HybridLight.com.